I'm still ill. So as a bit of a disclaimer, I've not actually played Xenoverse 2 yet, so everything I say will be based off what I've seen and heard. But if I titled the video something like things I don't like in Xenoverse 2 based off what I've seen and heard, let's be fair, that's a shit title. So yeah, let's just get into it. So at the moment, it looks like we can't switch between our avatars in the versus selection screen. And to that, I just need to ask why? Just why? They're giving us all these transformations and all of these reasons why we should play as other races. But they're putting up a barrier which just makes it harder for us to play as them. It's something that definitely is possible, because if you guys remember back when Xenoverse 1 had an in-store demo around the US, you would remember that there was 5 slots for your avatar. It's just weird that they've not put this in. As someone who played as a male Saiyan almost 100% of the time in Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2 has given me reasons why I should play as other races, but it just makes it very, very frustrating that I would have to log out then log back in with the character I want to play as, rather than just selecting which avatar I want to fight as while I'm selecting a character. L2 and R2 have no function while you're selecting a character, so why not assign those 2 buttons to cycle between your next and previous avatars? Because honestly, that just makes sense. I'm sure this will be changed if we voice it in the feedback thing that they said they was going to do back in August, but now it looks like they're going to do it after the beta. But yeah, let's move on. Now, while I'm talking about avatars, I just want to say I actually like the margin transformation. I know it's just a Kid Buu reskin and a different colour template, but that's what a margin is in its purest form. It just makes sense to give it to them. But the problem I do have is the moveset that they're given when you transform. For anyone that doesn't know, when you transform into your pure form, your moveset changes so that your evasive move is Angry Shout, your 2 ultimates are Super Vanishing Ball and Teleporting Vanishing Ball, and for your supers, you're given Maximum Charge, Quick Sleep, Vanishing Ball and Pearl Flash. Now, I don't really have a problem with the evasive or the ultimate because they're decent, I guess, and Pearl Flash and Vanishing Ball are 2 of the best supers in the game at the moment. The problem I have here is the fact that they're given Maximum Charge and Quick Sleep. These are probably the 2 most redundant and useless attacks in the entire game. If you deal out damage to your opponents using basic attacks, you'll regenerate ki that way. If you receive damage in any way at all, you'll regenerate ki that way as well, and there's bound to be Z-cells that automatically regenerate ki either passively or when you take damage. Plus, if you're fighting someone who actually knows how to play the game, you won't actually be given an opportunity to use Maximum Charge just because of how slow it is to start up and to finish. And it's kind of the same thing for Quick Sleep. If you actually did use Quick Sleep online, you'll just be punished by an ultimate attack, and if you needed to regenerate health while you was in a story mission or in a parallel quest, capsules are just a much better solution and you'll regenerate more health. I think a good fix for this problem would be to just add another transformation, still call it purification, but just change the description so it tells you that you keep your attacks from your base form. I don't want to talk about this next one for too long because it's a dead meme at this point. But like in Xenoverse 1, your hair will not change when you turn Super Saiyan 1 or 2 outside of it turning golden. And at this point I honestly think that they're not going to change this. They've actually added new hairstyles that are spiky but don't change when you turn Super Saiyan 1 or 2. It is very disappointing. I mean, it's not going to make me play any better if I have spiky Super Saiyan hair, but for me at least it does kind of kill the immersion just a little bit. It's just disappointing, honestly. Alright, so I've put this one last for a reason. We've not seen or heard anything that would suggest that we can't change the aura of our created characters. We already know we can have a custom ki blast, but we've not actually seen how we change it. It's either going to be from a wish from Shenron or from some sort of NPC in Content City. So that being said, I don't think it's too unrealistic to think that we'll be able to change our aura in the same way that we change our custom ki blast. This is a hugely requested feature. I think this was the top requested feature in one of my previous videos. So I know for a fact that Namco knows that this is something we want. And that's going to do it for this video. Feel free to let us know in the comments what you don't like about Xenoverse 2 so far and possible solutions. And I'll see you next time.